Over the past few years, Sweden has experienced a sharp rise in corporate bankruptcies, reflecting growing economic challenges across the country. Well known for its stable industrial economy, innovation and strong green technology sector, Sweden is now facing pressure from rising capital cost, supply chain disruptions, inflation and changing global market demand. And the crisis has become especially visible through the collapse of several major companies in the green energy and automotive sectors. Well, all these failures have affected employees, investors and industrial production while also raising concerns about Europe's broader green industrial ambitions. According to statistics, bankruptcies in Sweden fell from 1,023 companies in March 2026 to 874 in April 2026. However, despite this monthly decline, bankruptcy levels remain historically high compared to long-term averages. Well, now let us shed light on the economic factors behind this surge. One of the main reasons behind the increase in bankruptcies has been the sharp rise in borrowing cost. Higher global interest rates made financing more expensive, creating difficulties for companies that are dependent on loans and investor funding. Startups, manufacturers and green technology firms were among the most affected. And at the same time, global supply chain disruptions increased production costs and delayed deliveries of industrial materials. Swedish export-oriented industries struggled with transportation costs, shortages of components and weaker profitability. Another major factor was shifting market demand. During the post-pandemic recovery, many companies expanded aggressively, particularly in electric vehicles and renewable energy. However, slowing global demand and cautious consumer spending later exposed many businesses to financial risk. Well, who are the major corporate bankruptcies? Let us shed light on that. Number 1, Northvolt. Northvolt was once considered one of Europe's most ambitious electric vehicle battery producers, and the company planned large-scale battery gigafactories and attracted billions in investment. However, rising production costs, expansion delays and difficulties securing additional funding pushed the company into crisis. And in March 2025, Northvolt filed for bankruptcy in Sweden after previously seeking Chapter 11 protection in the United States. The company's insolvency involved more than $8 billion in debt, making it one of the largest corporate collapses in modern Swedish history. Number 2, Liquid Wind. Liquid Wind filed for voluntary bankruptcy in May 2026 after failing to secure funding and long-term purchasing agreements for its e-methanol fuel projects. And the bankruptcy placed 31 employees at risk and suspended several renewable fuel projects across the Nordic region. And the collapse highlighted the growing challenges faced by green energy startups in a difficult investment environment. Number 3, IAC Group Sweden. In June 2024, IAC Group Sweden, a supplier connected to Volvo Cars, filed for bankruptcy due to rising costs, supply chain instability and post-pandemic tax liabilities. The bankruptcy affected nearly 1,400 employees and disrupted Sweden's automotive supply chain. Well, let us shed light on the Sweden's bankruptcy framework. Sweden has updated its insolvency laws through the Reconstruction Act, which allows financially distressed but viable companies to restructure their debts and continue operating instead of immediately entering liquidation. An important role is also played by the Kronofogden, which handles debt enforcement and insolvency procedures. Official bankruptcy records are maintained by the Swedish Companies Registration Office. Now, let us shed light on the economic impact of all these bankruptcies. Well, the rise in bankruptcies has created pressure on Sweden's labor market and industrial economy. Thousands of workers have been affected, especially in manufacturing, automotive production and green technology sectors. Economic indicators also show weakening industrial momentum, including slower manufacturing growth and declining industrial inventories. Investors also have become increasingly cautious towards large-scale green industrial projects, requiring heavy financing. So overall, Sweden's bankruptcy surge reflects the combined effects of economic instability, rising financing costs, supply chain disruptions, and changing market demand. While restructuring laws may help some businesses recover, Sweden continues to face significant industrial and financial challenges in the years ahead. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.